People out there like to read? How many of you that like to read a certain author more than other authors? How many of you like items like, let's say, the Coca-Cola or Precious Moments items? Well, people like you and me, we are considered collectors. Yep, collectors. We like to collect things. There's many reasons why people like to collect things. Why do you think people like to collect things? Well, let's see. There's people that like to collect things for the monetary value because they think they're going to make the big bucks someday of selling their collection to somebody who's going to pay for it. Problem with that is the economy plays a big part of that, and if the economy isn't doing so well, you're not going to get a whole lot out of your collections. There's also, what other reasons are there for people to collect things? Well, some people like to just items that are odd or unusual or really hard to find because they're the most wanted items out there, and you got something pretty special when you got those. There's another reason why people like to collect things, and this is where I'm at. Some people like to collect things just because they like the item that they collect. They like what they stand for. They like looking at them. I myself could look for hours at the collection I have. What kind of collections do I have? Well, let me tell you. I have like postcards collection and stamp collection and half dollars and silver dollars and wheatback pennies and agates. I collect lots of agates. And one of my odd collections is hose nozzles, which are kind of interesting because they change over the years, and kind of neat to look at them all next to each other. I collect stuffed animals. Now, what would you think? What is so odd and unusual about stuffed animals? Well, for a 51-year-old woman, collecting stuffed animals is kind of different. And you know what is different about it? I don't let any kids touch them, even though they're stuffed animals. They're mine. Anyway, the one collection I have that is my favorite of all collections is my elephant collection. I am into elephants, anything elephants. It's not just because they're so neat to look at, but it's also because of they represent such magnificent creatures that are so strong they could rip apart a tree with their trunk, yet they can step on something and not even crush it. They just amaze me. These creatures they just amaze me. Now, some people collect like military items. Military items have grown in popularity, and they're pretty neat to collect because the military is a part of everybody in these United States. They're a part of our past and our present and our future. And so when you find people or find things that go into these collections of military items, kind of neat to look at and talk about the history that goes along with those items, and that makes it pretty interesting to collect those kind of things. Now, Terry Choctaw is a university archivist and instructor at Minnesota State University, and he's quoted as saying, "People collect in an effort to remember and relive the past." So that's kind of where military items fall into. It would help you to remember and relive the past if you had those kind of items. Now, as I just covered, I own several collections. But one question that I have looming is, do these collections enrich people's lives?